BT's Body and Balance is sponsored by Canada Diagnostic Centres, offering MRI, X-ray, and ultrasound services in Calgary and Okotoks.
Spring is here. Well, kind of. Doesn't look like it outside today.
Not exactly.
But with spring, with the more daylight, comes certain feelings. Health specialist Leah Sarich is here now to talk about spring fever. Is it real?
It is, in fact, real.
It is legit.
It is legit, but only for those who live in the Northern Hemisphere.
Us.
Us, exactly. So it's real on both a psychological and a physiological level. I spoke with sexologist Trina Reed about this, and she explains.
Our hypothalamus monitors our retina, and our retina controls our pituitary glands, and our pituitary gland is what controls the melatonin production. So our retina is really sensitive to the changing daylight. So what happens is, as soon as that subtle change of daylight happens, our retina sees it, we stop producing as much melatonin. Now the sunlight also gives us more vitamin D, which gives us that boost of energy, but also the sunlight increases our testosterone. So it's the testosterone that makes people feel a little frisky.
It certainly does.
Testosterone.
Isn't that good? Yes. So basically, the increased sunlight signals us to breed more.
Okay.
It's very primal. It's all about survival. And it has to do also with the temperature. So at this time of year, generally, today excluded, of course, generally, it's not too cold and it's not too hot.
Yeah.
So sort of around like 18 to 20 degrees. And Trina Reed says that's the ideal temperature for humans to make them happy.
I did not know that.
I know. Also in the springtime, all of our senses are lit up at once. This only happens in the spring. So we're smelling the spring rain, we're hearing the birds chirping, we're seeing the buds on the trees, and this is all happening at once. So that has an effect. And also, of course, not today, but in general, in spring, we're wearing less clothing.
Okay.
In the wintertime, just for example, we cover up. We've got, you know, hats and big clunky clothes, and really all that's showing is our face and our hands and maybe our neck. Now come the spring, even if we're not trying to dress provocatively, we are wearing shorts and tank tops, and at least 60% of our body, our skin is being exposed. And honestly, it's just like a mating call, come and get me.
A mating call.
A mating call. It is very, very primal. Really, we're all just animals. We're just animals. But you know, Trina says as civilized people, we really need to embrace this time of year. She says so many of us are so busy, being busy, and we just sort of forget that spring's even happening. We're not paying attention. And she says we should actually do the reverse because it lasts for such a short time. We should really get out there and enjoy it.
Okay, now there is a downside.
There are.
To these urges.
Yes, there are some downsides. The one big one is that there are more relationships that break up in the spring.
Makes sense.
Yes. So Trina explains it this way. She said there was basically a study done on Facebook profiles, and they actually found that in the spring there's a huge spike in breakups. And a couple of reasons behind that, she says. One of the things is that she found that basically people will maybe stray from their relationship, and that will lead to a breakup. Also, if people are in a mediocre relationship, they might be inspired to break up with that person and try something new.
Because their eyes are looking elsewhere.
That's right. They're noticing other things. Yes.
There you
so
go.
that does happen in the spring. But if we just focus on the positive, absolutely get out there and enjoy it.
All this is going to be on your blog,
It's
right?
all on my blog. You bet.
breakfasttelevision.ca. That's where you can find it. Thanks, Leah.
You're welcome.
Interesting topic. Extra frisky because it's scientific.
That's
there you
right.
go.